How's it going, everybody? It's Stas here. So she did it, guys. She did it. Cathie Wood ended up selling completely out of her Palantir position. Moment of silence for that. Just kidding, guys. She didn't. She actually sold a decent chunk of her Palantir position, which I want to cover in this video. And I also want to break down some technicals, as we always do here on this YouTube channel. So sit back, relax, take a sip of your coffee, go down below, get your 2 stocks from Webull, limited time. All you have to do is use my link, deposit $100, and we each get 2 stocks valued up to $1,600. And you guys could check out my Patreon if you want to keep up with all my real-time moves in the markets, and all of those are linked right down below. So without further ado, let's get right into it. And before we break down the charts here, I want to show you guys exactly what is going on when it comes down to ARK, Cathie Wood, and the moves that they're making. And if you guys didn't know, if you sign up for their email list, you get all their moves every single day because they are an active ETF. They're not a passive ETF. There's a big difference there, and we're going to break that down more later in the video. But first, let's talk about their holdings, right? And bear with me. I have to switch this on OBS because I'm not editing this video, and I really don't edit any videos anymore because, quite frankly, it adds a lot of time to the whole process. So bear with me here. We're going to pull up the ARK W fund. So let me just shrink my face there a bit. What you all see right here is ARKW. And mind you, ARK has, I think, 6 ETFs right now. And from my quick glance, I don't think they own Palantir and any other ETF than ARKW. Maybe they do own it in ARKK. I do have to double check it. But from the email I got, they sold out of the ARKW ETF, or at least they sold a good chunk of their position from the ARKW ETF. So what we're seeing right here is the ARKW ETF, all of the holdings, and if I highlight this row right here, you can see Palantir, they own 4.7 million shares at a market value of a little over $126 million, and that is roughly a 2% holding of this particular ETF. And remember, I told you guys just now, every day if you sign up for the email list, you get all of their moves. And I don't check them every day, admittedly, I don't. But yesterday I did, and I saw that they sold a big chunk of Palantir, which is why I'm making this video. And let's go to that right now so I can show you how much they ended up selling. So bear with me here for a second. Let me pull up the numbers tab, or the numbers window here. There we go. You guys can clearly see they ended up selling, if I highlight, where is it here? The bottom row, you guys can pretty much just see it for yourselves there. They ended up selling 710,000 shares, or about 0.3% of the ETF. So when it comes down to that 4.8 million, they sold about 710, or it might have been like 5.4 million. They sold 700,000, so now it's 4.8 million. So they sold about 15 to 20% roughly of their Palantir position. So what you guys have to realize here is, I don't think, and I could be wrong, but I doubt I'm wrong, I don't think Palantir, or rather ARK and Cathie Wood, they're losing faith in Palantir. That is not the case, guys. There's no way. What is happening, though, is, remember what I said earlier? This is a passive, or not a passive, this is an active ETF, meaning that they're making moves every day. They're moving in and out. They're selling this, buying this, doing that. So they're moving money around like crazy, right? They're moving money around. It's not an ETF where they just buy a bunch of stocks and they rebalance at the end of the year, or they just keep the ETF the way it is, which is more of a passive ETF, right? They're in and out, and they're making moves every day to pretty much maximize their return. So it makes sense that they're selling out of Palantir a little bit, 15-20% of their stake, because Palantir has run up so much in the past month alone. I mean, look at this. Today's July 1st, and by the way, happy new month to everybody out there. I hope you guys had a great June and an even better July. But look, ever since July 1st, this stock has pretty much went up from, let's take a look here, roughly $22.75. It ran up to about $27.50. That was earlier this week. That was a run of roughly 18 to 20%. And guys, have you heard the S&P 500 average return over time? It's anywhere from 6, 7, 8%, whatever. 20% in a month. That is unbelievable. That is unheard of. And that is exactly what Palantir ended up doing. So it makes sense that she is managing this. And of course, there's people that work for her making decisions as well. They're looking at this and they're like, okay, let me take some money out of here. Let me shift it into a stock in the ETF that's maybe underweight. Or maybe let's raise up some cash because the markets are overbought. And obviously, I don't have Cathie Wood on speed dial and she's telling me this stuff, but I'm just assuming that is what's going on because it is an active ETF. So that's really it, guys. I mean, nothing crazy. There isn't anything that shifted in terms of fundamentals here, at least from my understanding. And full disclosure, I'm not long Palantir. I've never owned Palantir, and quite frankly, I don't plan on buying it. I'm just here on the sidelines watching everything going on, and of course, commentating it, adding my thoughts here on YouTube to everybody out there that's owning Palantir, that owns it, that plans to buy it, and maybe you're freaking out right now because of what's happening. And truth be told, there's no reason to freak out. There really isn't a reason to freak out. If anything, this could open up a buying opportunity if you believe in the company, if you want to add to your position. And I'm not a financial advisor. Don't buy or sell or do anything based on these videos. These are just my opinion. So let's break down the chart, right? What we see here on the 4-hour is a clear inverse head and shoulder. We have the left shoulder here, head right here, and this is the right shoulder, right? Neckline is chilling at about $21 to about $22 per share, and now that we're pulling down, we are about to approach that 180 SMA support on the 4-hour chart, right? It's very clear. We broke under the 50 SMA. We're seeing a death cross. The EMA is crossing under the 50 SMA, and of course, we got the big dump today as well. So this, in my opinion, could go lower, 23, maybe low 24s, and that is where buyers could start stepping in. Keyword is could start stepping in. And at that point, we'd be right at the neckline pretty much, right? And for the inverse head and shoulder to play out, meaning it's going to go up to 30, 35 ultimately, which is where the right shoulder has gone or it started, right? For that to play out, buyers need to step in, and we need to hold the neckline. And now that I'm looking at it, we are seeing a little green candlestick forming on the 4-hour chart. So at this point, it's still a falling knife. Be mindful of that. But in the next couple of days, trading days, if we start getting buyers coming in, this could end up ripping right back up, right? Ripping right back up as the dust settles here over the next couple of days. So overall, guys, that's really it. I mean, this is a quick video. There's not much more to talk about, but that's what's going on. She sold out of about 20% of the position, and it makes sense to me because it's an active ETF, and they're looking to maximize those returns for the shareholders, and it makes sense. So what do you guys think? Shoot me a comment down below, smash that like button, subscribe, turn on that notification bell if you guys enjoyed this video, and check out my Patreon. If you guys want all my buys, sells, call-outs, moves I'm making throughout the day, that's on Patreon, and if you guys sign up to the top tier, you get a morning update video every single trading day, and I haven't missed a video yet. And Patreon, I've been doing it for about 3 months or something like that, so check it out, link down below, or you guys can go to stocksurfest.com/Patreon. Make sure to also get your free stocks. You get 2 from Webull up to $1,600 with a $100 deposit, and you guys can get $30 rather from M1 Finance with a $100 deposit on there as well, and all of those are linked down below. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thanks for tuning in again. As always, keep crushing the markets. Stay safe out there, guys. Peace out.